Hey, welcome Nickerson Farms. Today, our first video, we're going to slaughter a pig. Now we've already shot it, we've already gutted it. We didn't put that on video. Some people might find that a little disturbing, but we just brought it up to the house. We did a slice in the back legs between the bone and the tendon and hung it up on the gambrel. Kristen will turn around and show you how we've got it taken care of here. We've got the gambrel strung up to the UTV. But this is Mama. As you can see, we've already gutted her. So now we're going to skin her and break her down into quarters. So we're going to hang the quarters on the 4x4 there. We'll have them strung hanging from that. We'll probably leave her hung up for a couple of days before we actually process the meat into individual cuts. She's not pretty. This is actually the first time we've done this, but trying to keep as much fat on her as possible, so when she hangs, there's going to be little bits of hair here. We'll clean her up, douse her down, but we're slowly just skinning her. Some people boil and they'll keep the skin on. We're not going to do that. Some people pull the skin off instead of actually skinning. I'm trying skinning, probably taking off a little bit more fat than what most people would want to do, but you know, hey, we're new at this, and worst case scenario, if we screw this all up, we just got a ton of sausage. So, get my hair out of the way here. So what we did was we went ahead and skinned it. As you can see, there's still a lot of fat on there, and you want to leave the fat on there. The more fat, the better, obviously. First time skinning though, I may have cut a little too much off, no big deal. We went and bought a Sawzall, reciprocating saw, and some blades. Preferably you want to have blades that are not painted, because it will lose some, you'll get some paint chips. Nothing that I'm really ever worried about. I think where we lost some was right along the teeth, so a couple of flecks. We're going to water this down, so I'm not worried about it. But we went right down the spine, so I got half on this, half the spine on this side, half the spine on this side. It cut really good. So we're going to now quarter it. So we'll count up 3 ribs, cut it. This part will hang. Same thing over here. We'll then cut the hams off the back. They will hang, and the mid parts will hang as well. So all we're going to do is cut a hole in here. We've got chains. Some people use hooks. We've got chains. We're just going to put the chain through, come up here and zip tie it so that, you know, it creates a loop. You know, this is our first butchering, so we don't have everything, but you know, it's a farm, so you do with what you can, with what you got. So that's where we're at right now. What we're doing, we're going down to our tree line to get rid of the remaining parts of the pig. This is actually where we, down here where we had eviscerated it. Must have got some parts that were curious of that. But the animals, we've got some bald eagles, some hogs. We've got a couple of other animals that'll come down here and take care of it also. It's not going to waste. Wanted to go slow just in case somebody was there. Doesn't look like it this time. Oh. But last time we were down here, there was a hawk feasting on the innards right there. Now we're going to leave him some more treats. We've actually removed the meat from the head that we wanted to keep. And so we're actually going to dump the head here and let them finish it off. So as you can see, some of it's been strewn around. They've already gotten to it, and we just did this within maybe the past, what, 3 hours, 4 hours?
3 hours.
It hasn't really been that long. It was pretty easy, pretty not as time consuming as I thought, not as difficult as I thought. Yeah, we made a couple mistakes in trying to skin off and maybe not leaving as much fat onto the meat as we should, but hey, it's the first time. Everybody's got to have a first time. So, you know, worst case scenario, just doesn't have as much fat. And when we go to probably, you know, later this week, we will break it up into individual cuts. And if it doesn't look good when we do it, why don't we just turn it all to sausage or ground pork. Love the ground pork. We actually use ground pork more than we probably would with sausage. So that would be the worst case scenario. But I'm going to say this was a huge success for us.
Huge success.
And a great first step. I mean, we've butchered rabbits and chickens, and this doesn't compare to that because of the amount of meat that's involved. So pretty stoked. So what we got here, we got the back legs, ham hocks. We got the ribs. They look really good. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is amazing. She wasn't an overly huge pig. She was good. I mean, she was American Guinea and Kuni Coon, but that's going to be awesome. And then we got the front legs, front hams, all hanging up. All we're going to do is we're going to take a regular sheet. Since the way we had this hung up is this way, we're going to kind of just make sure that they're not touching each other. What we did was we cut a hole. A lot of times I'll use a hook it to hang it. We just cut a hole and had stainless steel chain. We didn't have the hooks. A little difficult trying to find them, but this works just perfect. So put them up over the 4x4 strung between these two ladders, which we had. And now we're just going to put this sheet over it to kind of protect them. We're going to wet the sheet down, which will help keep them cool. If it should get warm, it's not scheduled to be warm, but it'll also keep any flies and stuff on it whatsoever, but still allow them to hang firm up. And in a couple days, you know, we'll either process them or we'll put them directly in the freezer in order to be able to break them down later. Haven't really figured that part out yet, but yeah, we're just going to hang the sheet over so it's covered on both sides. Kind of spray. We have a sprayer. We're just going to spray it down with water, and that should help. We're all good.